So one of the first things detectives need to rule out is this an abduction? There's no indication of a struggle in Adrian's home. Plus the autopsy doesn't show any signs that Adrian was restrained or bound. She also didn't really have any defensive wounds of any kind. So they quickly realized that Adrian must have willingly left her house, whether that was with the attacker or not. No one knows a daughter better than her own mother. Luckily, that seemed to be the case for Linda Jones because she had some insight that she thought could help the police. She thinks she knows who Adrian was talking to on the night she died. Linda said when the phone rang at around 10:45, Linda asked who Adrian was speaking to, and Adrian told her it was an 18-year-old senior named David Graham. Linda was about to tell Adrian to hang up the phone, that it was past her bedtime, but Adrian had a concerned look on her face, and she whispered to her mother, "He's upset about something." So Linda let her keep chatting, thinking, okay, she's just being a good friend. But sometime during that conversation, Linda heard Adrian switch callers. She was now talking to her new boyfriend, a 19-year-old boy named Tracy Smith. But when Tracy, her boyfriend, asked her who she was just speaking to on the phone before him, Adrian doesn't say David Graham. She said she was on the line with a third boy. So she either lied to her mom or actually did talk to all three boys. It was a kid named Brian McMillan who had dropped out of her high school after suffering from depression, but he still had a big crush on her. Still, it's not Tracy that Linda, the mother, is worried about. It's this David name that actually sticks with her. He was the battalion commander of the school's Reserve Officers Training Corps, but David actually had a very serious girlfriend. Her name was Diane Zamora. Well, once police hear that Adrian spoke to him in the hours before her death, they call David in for questioning, but they just aren't convinced that this guy is involved. Maybe it was his polite nature, or maybe the fact that he was gonna go serve his country, or maybe it was the fact that not a single one of Adrian's friends mentioned him as suspicious, and that he was actually seen crying in the hallways after her death. They didn't even bother giving David a polygraph test, so they began looking elsewhere.